Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. My name is Derek, and today I'm joined by
Karen.
and we are here to discuss what's happening on GH this week. We are going to be discussing the episodes that aired between January 27th and January 31st, 2025. Tommy will roll the credits, and we'll get started. All right, so we will talk about Lulu first, Lulu and Laura. So Lulu's going to visit Laura, and she wants to talk to her about Lucky. She's worried about Lucky because Sidwell is back in Port Charles and how he's going to react to this. And meanwhile, Lucky and Liz are at Turning Woods trying to get information on Cyrus. Liz has a friend there that can possibly has a lead for them. And I really liked the scenes because it was fun to watch them maneuver this situation.
It feels very old-fashioned GH, like obviously watching 82 and watching 83 for fun. But it feels, and you're in the 90s, so it feels very classic General Hospital to like sneak into a place and bluff your way into the information. And like Robert has done that in 82 where we are. Robert just did that. He called a number and he gave his old call sign from the WSB, doesn't even work for them anymore, and just bluffed his way into a bunch of information. And I feel like that's exactly what these two did today. And it was great.
Yeah, it was fun. Also, it reminded me of Mac and Felicia too.
Yeah. And it was funny because like they came in and they barely had a plan. Like their plan was Tara works there, Liz knows Tara, so they're going to try and get the information. And then everything goes wrong because Tara's not there. The administrator they had a fight with comes in and is like, what the hell are you doing here? And Lucky is so funny because he just pivots on a dime and he's like, I'm here because we're going to sue you. I was like, this is great.
Liz sneaks and gets the list of patients that the lady was printing before she gets caught. So that was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah. Getting back to Laura and Lulu. Laura breaks down about Lulu being gone for so long and everything she's been through with Nicholas, and she's just worried, and but she's and I thought they were good scenes. I like the mother-daughter
She
stuff.
has these 3 children, and they're all the most dramatic divas you could ever have, but in different ways.
Yeah.
And it's like Laura never gets peace because her children are always crazy people. And like Nicholas is in prison. Lulu had a liver transplant. Lucky just seems to have lost his way and now has a threat against him in town. Like she never gets a break.
Yeah. Poor Laura. But
the most restful she ever was in that coma.
For real. And how long is she in a coma? Like 10 years, maybe?
Oh my God, forever.
It was forever, yeah.
It sucked. I was always so mad because they would show like a body double in a chair for like years. And I would be like, just wake up.
Yeah. So we'll talk about Sunny, your favorite topic right now.
I love Sunny.
Yeah. Christina goes to see Sunny to find out why he missed the reopening of Charlie's, and asks him if anything's wrong. Sunny makes some kind of lame excuse that it was business related. And then later on, Sunny and Natalia are going off to LA to see this doctor that Rick found for them.
Yeah, and the excuse is that they are going on deception business. Him as the silent partner, as the money people. That's why they're going.
Yeah. And Lucy doesn't remember this conversation with Natalia.
Because it didn't happen.
It's really funny. I always love seeing Lucy. Lucy lightens up the show a lot.
She really does. And she did make a play for Martin again, but she doesn't get near him.
No. I mean, Martin's burned. I don't think he's going to.
I know, but she was like, oh, so I see you're continuing your glow up.
Yes, he did.
She tried. She tried.
And I hope someday they get back together. But
I think there's a little hope because of scenes we come up with Tracy later on in the week do seem to indicate that he cares still about Lucy.
He does care, yes. All right, so we'll move on to Nina and Curtis. Curtis implores Nina to tell Will the truth about Drew, but Nina is reluctant because it's mutually assured destruction. and Curtis and Nina plan to sabotage Drew's connections in DC before he can go after Aurora. So that was cool.
I love this because Curtis and Nina are an underrated friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do want to see them destroy Drew if they can.
Yeah, same.
But she's not getting away with it. Eventually, the fact that they slept together is coming out. She's really dumb. She should just hit it head on.
Oh yeah, it's coming out in February. We know.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
I hope it comes out the way I want it to come out with Tracy exposing it, but we'll see.
I want Tracy to do it. Tracy deserves that win.
I know. I never saw Cody exposing their kiss at the bar, so I never saw that coming. So that
was a surprise, and I loved it.
Got something up their sleeve that's even better than what we're thinking. So we'll see. All right, so we'll move on to Chase and Brooklyn. This was sad. Chase goes to see Willow to cheer her up about everything that's been going on with Michael and the Quartermaines. And so later on, he gets his test results and finds out that he is sterile and he cannot have children. And
can we just pause on that? Because all he found out is the test results, and the only person that looked at them was Willow. And Willow is a nurse, but she's not a fertility specialist in any way, shape, or form. So, like, what did she see on the test? All she says is he's sterile. So, like, did he have low or zero motility? Like, did he need to just take testosterone? Like, he didn't go to the doctor to find out what actually was going on. He was just like, okay, I'm sterile, and then reacts from there.
Right, but he actually confirmed the test results with his doctor later.
When? I didn't even hear him say that.
He mentioned it to Brooklyn when he told her about what happened. So Brooklyn finds out from Chase that he is sterile, and she's devastated, of course. I felt bad. I'm glad it wasn't Brooklyn though that had the issues like we were talking about.
Yeah, we talked about it because I think that if you had made her sterile, then you were making a case for the stupid argument of her being punished for having a baby earlier on, which is ridiculous. But it is a common trope, so I'm glad they sidestepped that.
Yeah. That was nice. And then nice that they did that. And then but then we so we're gonna move on to Sasha now. Sasha is I don't know, she's at the Quartermaines, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but Tracy saw a mouse, and she asked Sasha to go get it, and it was up high on like a bookshelf or something, and Sasha's like, I'm not climbing that, I'm pregnant. And so the news is out.
Tracy wanted a Manhattan. And Sasha brought a Manhattan.
Yeah.
But she didn't want it with maraschino cherries. She wanted it with a different cherry. And like you could see Sasha was getting irritated and Tracy was getting worked up. And they were all having a meeting in the living room to discuss what the hell were they going to do about Drew, who's a filthy traitor and they hate him.
That's right.
And they were all like, yeah, we all agree. And then she told Sasha to go get them all bourbon. She's like, 2 fingers of bourbon. And she sent them all out to get bourbon. Sasha comes back and then that happens. It's just like Tracy was working herself up and taking everything out on Sasha.
Yeah.
Which she does a lot. And like, I don't know. It's harsh. I think Olivia called her out on it.
She did. And then she continues on and on about it at the salon with Olivia and Lois. And she's going on about Sasha, how she's going to care for this baby. What is she going to do?
Because Tracy cares. She's just bad at it.
She is bad at it.
Yeah. And Olivia's like, she doesn't know that your mean comments and snarky retorts are just how you show love. She's like, she doesn't know that. So you need to calm down and stop being a psycho. And Tracy is just not having it. And she's like, how is this calming? I'm not calm.
I do love that Lois made that observation because I love that coming from her. So later at the salon, Lois gets called away to go take care of Brooklyn because she's upset about Chase. And Olivia has an emergency at the MetroCourt. Quotations, we don't really know if she really had an emergency or not. She probably made it up, as Martin said, which is really
funny. Martin's like, she can't even stand you for 5 minutes. She made up an excuse. I have something at work. Like, he was so funny.
Oh, I love when he laid into Tracy, but Tracy's retort was even better. He's like, you're still mad about that? I did you a favor. But that was a great scene. I really enjoyed that a lot. So next we'll move on to Drew, everyone's favorite character right now. Drew has been banished by Monica from the Quartermain. Jerry refused him at the gate. So
That was funny when he was on the phone and he couldn't get her.
yeah, and he wanted to confirm that it was really Monica and not Tracy on Monica's behalf.
Oh, it's definitely Monica.
Oh, it's definitely Monica. You mess with her grandbaby. I don't think so. So Drew vows to see Willow whenever he wants when he's talking to Martin, and later he talks to Lucy about buying a house for his new family.
Yeah, Lucy's super excited because she's been doing great. She sold Windermere to Sidwell. She just leased an apartment to Ava, and now she's going to get a house for Drew. Although she is surprised because she thought Drew would be moving to Washington, D.C.
Well, no, now that he's madly obsessed with Willow,
no, he can't leave town. He doesn't give a crap about what Scout's doing or how all of this is affecting her. But yeah, my new girlfriend and her children are more important. Like, you mean your nephew's children?
Yeah, your nephew's children.
You weirdo.
Your great niece nephew. Yeah, them.
Messed up.
It's so messed up. All right, so where are we next? All right, we'll talk about Portia. So, it's Bad News Bear again. But she handled herself really well, though. I must say she's getting better at delivering the bad news when she told Alexis that.
I know sometimes she comes off as just like, here's some bad news, and I don't care, I'm going for coffee. But this time she actually seemed to care, and I wonder if it's just because of how badly the hospital can be sued for negligence.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would like to see that lawsuit actually with Alexis Davis and all them. I think that they wouldn't have a lawsuit just would be crazy to me.
Yeah, I was like, why? Alexis is probably going to sue the hospital for negligence.
I would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they failed to have security. They failed to keep a track of patients. They failed to keep track of medication. There's a lot of failures going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So Portia also fills Anna in about what happened, and the case is linked to Dex as well, and another patient. So the news travels pretty fast. Dante finds out, Lulu finds out, Maxie finds out later on. So yeah, a good amount of people know. Chase knows. Brooklyn knows from Chase. So the news is traveling pretty fast that Sam was murdered, and Alexis also tells Christina and Molly, and that was sad. And
I actually kind of like that they did her and Diane first to give Alexis a chance to be angry before she met her daughters.
Yes,
I loved that.
That was great. And
also, Diane was amazing when she was just like, I don't know what to do. Like, that was such a human, normal reaction to an insane situation. She's like, anything you want, anything you need, I'm there. And she's just like, I don't know what will help in this situation.
Right.
Alcohol, dinner. Like, I don't know what to do.
Exactly. But yeah, I think Molly and Christina handled it well under the circumstances, but they were both.
Did they? Because Christina was awful as usual.
Well, Christina's always awful.
She was so awful to Molly because Molly was like logistics, like who do we sue?
Oh yeah.
What do we get involved with? And she's just like, oh my God, can you give it a rest? And like, our sister died. I'm like, yeah, we're aware that the sister died, and we're aware she was murdered.
No,
like
her sister died, not yours.
Oh yeah, obviously her sister. It's only her sister.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I do like that they agreed to stick by each other. So we'll see what happens.
Really, I don't know if I like them sticking by each other because it just seems like every time they stick by each other, it's an excuse to shit all over Molly, and I'm not really a big fan of that.
No, I love Molly. Molly's the best. Don't mess with Molly. But I thought Christina has been getting better. She's not as annoying as she used to be. So
I don't think she's annoying. I think she's narcissistic.
Almost that too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Anna and Lulu. So Lulu is getting her checkup for her liver transplant or a follow-up or whatever, and Anna comes to the hospital and approaches her.
Well, Anna's there for her phlebotomy treatments.
Right.
And they run into each other, and it's awkward with capital A.
It is very awkward. And then Lulu makes a crack about how she shot her daughter. And Anna, of course, apologizes again. And I thought they handled the scene really well. It was pretty well written, and
I
they
think if Lulu had not had that conversation with Laura, it would have gone
a lot
much
worse.
differently. Yeah. But I think having Laura break the news to her and tell her what happened with the stalking and all of that, like it gave Lulu a chance to absorb the information and not be as furious about it.
Yes. All right. Well, let's move on to Carly and Brennan in Germany.
Yay! This is my favorite storyline this week.
Yeah, it was a good storyline. It was
Mm-hmm.
fun. Yeah. So I love that they're getting closer. That's
Mm-hmm.
always good. I love that they're actually shared a kiss, which has been long overdue. Um, and then Brennan goes to get a massage, and he is greeted surprisingly by Valentine, who is there for revenge for what happened in Prague, and he amply chokes Brennan.
He has like a garrote and he
Yeah,
pretends to be the masseuse and he comes behind him and like tries to strangle him to death.
that
And
was
it was a really fun surprise. I wasn't expecting to see Valentine so
me
soon.
either. Me either. But Carly, of course, comes to his rescue, and Brennan is fine, and it brings them even closer. And they're so cute. I love them.
That's why they kissed.
Yeah,
He was like grateful to be alive, and he also was like, I almost died. I may as well kiss the girl and see what happens. And
right.
he's so funny because she backs off and she's like, wait, I need a minute to think. And he's like, uh-oh, did I misread the room? Like, did I screw this up? And she's
Mhm.
just like, I need to be careful because everyone tells me you're bad news. And he's like, oh yeah, everybody back home in Port Charles, they don't know anything about me. And
Right.
he takes her on a rooftop date to actually get to know each other and like share stories about how he met Valentine and Anna and all them. So he starts opening up to Carly.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to Cody. So
What is
Cody,
happening with Cody?
I don't know. They did another chemistry test with Molly. Molly went to see him because he forgot a form or
I
something.
hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not into it either. I don't. I think the chemistry test failed. I think they're moving on. Hopefully, we'll see. Um, but Cody overhears that Sasha was pregnant when she's talking to Jason, and he
Yes.
assumes that Jason is the father of the baby. So this is
Because she said,
yes,
I can't believe you're here to experience this or something along those lines. So like it
right.
made it sound like he was the father and Cody didn't take a leap. Like he took a flying leap off of the conclusion hill. Like he was just like, that's the
Oh,
father of the baby.
I
And
was
meanwhile, it's Jason and Sasha arguing about how Michael's the father, but
right.
he didn't
Cody
hear it all.
blows it all out of proportion, and he's already telling people. He's telling Maxie. He's telling Lulu. He's telling people that Jason's the father of the baby. He's going to
Yeah,
Anna's
he goes.
office.
Yeah, he goes everywhere. He's looking for who wants to get a hold of Robert to tell Robert. Like,
Yeah,
boy, why? What are you doing? Why are you so up in her business right now?
yeah. She's your cousin, not your ex girlfriend. Well, she is your ex girlfriend technically, but she's not your girlfriend anymore.
She's your ex-girlfriend cousin, and
Right,
it's
right.
weird, and you'd think that she would avoid that scenario.
Hey,
Unlike Tracy's, who's like, I hope you don't expect us to have daycare and free healthcare for your baby.
right? That was funny.
So funny.
I hope she doesn't think her pay includes daycare. I think that's what she said.
There's no maternity leave either, I bet.
Yeah, that's funny. So Rick and Ava also have a couple appear in Friday's episode, which was fun. Rick, Ava assumes that Rick's working pro bono, and he's like, "No, I'm not working pro bono." That was pretty funny.
He's like, why do you think that? Because we kissed? I
Right.
just stopped bugging you about it because, like, you
Hmm.
don't have it right now, but I expect to be paid. And she's like,
Hmm.
well, I like you, and there won't be any more kisses until I get custody.
Yeah, exactly. No more.
So I think they're really testing the waters with each other because they're both kind of opportunistic people.
Mhm. Yeah,
I love them together. They're so fun. They could be a perfect villain team. It would be really fun for me.
yeah, I would enjoy watching that for sure.
I want them to win against Sunny.
I do too. I think
I
they're
do.
leaning towards it. I think they have a chance. So So Rick and Ava go to Diane's office and with an
Mhm.
offer for the custody of Avery, and Sonny and Christina happen to be there because Sonny is leaving for LA, and he still hasn't left yet. I was like, I thought he was already there. That he appeared, and I was like, oh,
Christina asked to see him before he left, so he
right,
made the
right.
time.
And I was kind of like, I thought he was already there, but I guess not.
Guess his flight didn't leave yet.
No, I was like, this is a long wait for LA because like the day before they were saying they're going to LA. I'm like, well, when are you going today?
Sometimes I feel like these scenes are out of order.
Yeah, sometimes. Um, so they have an offer. Ava gets full custody, and Sonny can see her like
He can have
or something.
visitation like
Yeah.
every other month and no holidays.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it was I thought it was every other weekend.
It was a really bad deal. Why didn't she just come back with split custody again and just shut this down? Like,
right.
she would look really good in court if she made an offer of split custody and he fought for sole. I don't know. Also, his apartment just blew up, so he's in the same position she is. He doesn't have a residence right now.
Right.
His kid is living with his ex-wife. How is that working for the custody hearing?
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense. I feel like Carly should step in and get custody. That's what I think should happen.
It would be so funny if Carly was just like, Ava and I will split custody and you can just go do whatever it is you do.
That's how it should play out. Yeah.
Yes. With the ladies taking care of it.
And Sonny almost has another heart issue when he's arguing with Rick and Ava. So, but apparently he's okay. But Rick noticed something was up, so he thinks that Sonny's weakening. So we'll see if Rick finds out about Sonny's heart condition. I think he will.
He can't hide it for too long. If he can't fix it with a quick surgery in LA, it's going to turn out to be something that he needs probably surgery and recovery time from. So he's going to have to be hiding this for a minute. So he's not going to be in any position to be fathering like Avery or Donna at this point because they're little energetic girls. I mean, how old is Donna now? She's young too.
I mean, she's realistically only like 5, but she's a little older.
But it just seems like he's like, I want full custody, and full custody means split custody with my ex-wife Carly. Like that's what it seems like.
Yeah. So I want you to talk about this because I don't quite understand. What was the whole thing with Aurora and Jordan? Why is Jordan so concerned about?
Okay, so the Esplanade project was supposed to be named after McConkie, and it was going to be done down in probably Charles. It's always in Charles Street area, but they were going to do this entire thing, this project, and Drew is trying to tank the project because he's trying to trash Aurora right now. Mm-hmm. So she confronted him and said, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you trying to tank your own business? And he's like, oh, it's not my fault. It's Curtis's fault because he went to Curtis and wanted to screw Michael out of the stocks in Aurora and take back over. And Curtis refused to do it. So now Drew is going to do everything in his power as congressman to block anything that Aurora attempts to do.
Right.
So when she called Curtis down, I think she assumed that it was like a logistics problem that the two could work out if they were in the same room together. Honestly, I think she thought they were both idiots until Curtis came down. And then when Drew was like, oh, it's not about that at all. It's about the environmental tests. They came back with some stuff on them, like which he probably arranged for. Yeah. And like she was just pissed at him because this project was a project that would help the neighborhood, would bring a lot of money into the area, and would honor McConkie, who got her the job. So she's angry because it's two idiots like peeing in a circle around Aurora, and she just wants to get her public works project done.
Okay, gotcha. I forgot all about that whole thing.
Oh.
I was like, what are they talking about?
I loved it because like that was back when they were kind of testing the chemistry between Jordan and Drew, which is a shame they passed on that.
Yeah.
Because they had really good chemistry together, except that if they were going to make him a rat, it was never going to work with Jordan. She's too principled.
No, she's way too moral for that. That's
Yeah, I
probably
love
why they
Jordan.
didn't pair her with him, because they were going to take
Well,
it.
I think it's why they didn't pair her with Brick either, because Brick
Yeah.
is so morally gray, and that's why Isaiah's kind of hanging around. But she has mad chemistry with like 5 or 6 of the dudes on the show. So like whoever
Oh,
she
yeah.
ends up with, she's gonna definitely
Hmm.
be the one you're watching.
Yes. All right. Well, let's get back to Cody for a second. Brooklyn goes to see Cody to ask him if he ever told Dante that she was pregnant with his child. We did find out earlier, which I forgot to mention, that Brooklyn was pregnant with Dante's child. She told Lois that. So
Yes, and it was like the conversation was a little tough for me because
Mhm.
even though Brooklyn says that she wasn't talked into anything and she wasn't pressured,
Mhm.
I felt like the way the conversation went that she definitely was pressured into doing everything that she did in that scenario. Because remember, she was basically a young girl. She was like
Right.
15. So she was not even like a woman yet. She's a young girl.
Mhm.
And of course she's going to go with whatever her mother tells her to do. And I think that's why Lois feels so guilty. Also, she
Mhm.
did not agree to have that kid kept in the family like that. That's ridiculous.
No, and I think that's what's really going to hurt Lois and Brooklyn's relationship when she finds out what.
Because it's crap. Like she didn't do
Yeah.
what she was supposed to do, which is adopt that baby out. She adopted that baby out to a member of their family.
Yeah,
And
and that's
then didn't tell Brooklyn that the kid was there the entire time. So this is going to destroy a lot of relationships.
yes. I'm not looking forward to the fall on that one. I think it's not.
No, I don't think anyone's a winner in that. And also, if Dante's mad at Brooklyn, he really shouldn't be mad at Brooklyn because they were both like 15.
Yeah, they were really young, and there was a moment of closeness between Brooklyn and Dante, because Dante is very upset because he was taken off the case, uh,
No shit.
which
He's
makes
taken off the
perfect sense.
case of the murder of his fiance.
Yeah,
I
How did,
get it from an emotional standpoint, but
but he made a big deal out of it. He was over emotional, in my opinion.
he has Sonny's temper. We forget that sometimes,
Yeah,
but he has the same need to control every scenario and be the hero in every situation that Sonny has.
yeah, you're right. But Anna takes him off the case and suspends him for a week.
She's like, "You're taking me off the case because I'm too close to it," and she's like, yeah." Like, what the hell? I would definitely take any officer who was related to the victim off the case. Come on.
Yeah, and Anna's a great policeman. So she's smart. Like, and why wouldn't she?
It would taint the case. If he was involved in any way, it would taint the case. And she also thought it through because if he finds out who killed Sam, he may take a shot at that person. And she's trying to protect him and protect the force at the same
And
time.
not only that, it would compromise the investigation because they might not be able
The
to.
investigation would be screwed if he was involved. It's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Yeah. But we end the week with Lulu seeing Dante and Brooklyn in a close embrace. So that's where we leave off. So we'll see how she reacts.
Right after she had a long conversation with Laura about how she was still in love with Dante
Yes.
and how Lulu was in, and like and Laura's like, you can love more than one person at the same time, which is kind of feels like her way of saying that she was still in love with Luke even when they weren't together anymore, which was nice for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that was a long, long conversation. And I kind of hate when people do that where they're like giving somebody hope and you don't know if it's false or not.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Anybody we missed?
Yep.
I'm sure we missed someone.
You miss Trina and Kai.
Oh, I don't care about them.
I know it doesn't matter if you care. We're covering the whole week.
I know.
Basically, he
Mm-hmm.
is told he can never play football again. He's
Mm-hmm.
angry about it.
Yeah.
Trina, who needs to be in a better storyline because she's so talented.
Mm-hmm.
She is trying to encourage him to go to college and not lose his scholarship because since he was hurt while playing football, they can't take his scholarship. And she's like, you have a great opportunity. Don't blow it. But he's still in his feels. He's not ready to deal with that. So he has to go to rehab. And they have like kind of an almost cute scene where he's trying to put on his like brace and he can't, and he has to ask her for help, and she puts it on for him. And it's supposed to be flirty. They are very cute about it. It's just I'm not very invested in this couple yet.
Yeah, me either.
There's not enough about Kai. We don't know enough about him. Like, just seeing him be angry over his injury is understandable. But I hate the scenario of a woman coming in to like fix your problems. And a lot of like angry conversations where he's expressing his anger at her. And it just, I don't know. It's not for me. I think they're both incredible actors, but the storyline itself is bland. That's why you forgot about it. You forgot about it entirely.
Yeah. Well, I do remember that Trina asked Portia to come in and talk to Kai about his condition and give him some hope. So
well, Portia came in and she was basically like, I'm not that kind of surgeon, but at the same time, no one can tell you there's no hope. Like these things heal or they don't. It's too early for that. So, get other opinions. And he did. And they even gave him hope. Like they said, we have to wait and see one step at a time, which is what they're going to say early on. And he's like, oh, that's what they tell people when they're never going to be able to play football again. But then he mentions friends where one actually did play again and then another one didn't. So it was like, I know he's young and I understand he's heartbroken. I don't like him lashing out at Trina. They don't know each other well enough for him to feel safe to express his anger at her. So
and they're not even boyfriend girlfriend yet. So
no, they're barely friends. So it feels very forced to me. Where is his family? Where's his mother?
Yeah, that's a great question. Maybe I hope. I mean, I would love for it to get more interesting. Maybe if they brought on his parents or they brought some more background on his story, maybe get a little more interesting.
Yeah, he needs more character development, and he doesn't have any right now. And it just drags Trina down because this storyline just doesn't really feel like her. She feels very like muted next to him, and I don't like it because she's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I love Trina too, and she deserves so much better than this.
Just recast Spencer. Like, go on an adventure, find Spencer, do that.
Yeah, I'm ready. I miss Nicholas Chavez a lot, though. He's great, but
Hey, man, he's got to go and do all that Ryan Murphy stuff. He's doing great.
He's doing.
He was incredible in the Menendez Brothers, even though that thing was not accurate, but it was fun.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I am going to watch it.
You should. It's really fun.
Yeah.
But it's not accurate. Don't.
It wasn't.
No, not even a little bit.
Oh, well. All right. Anybody else we missed or anything you want to add?
I liked that conversation that Maxie and Cody had at the table with Lulu there. It was really funny because Lulu's like, I don't think I should be here. And Cody's like, well, maybe I'll leave. And Maxie's like, shut up and sit down. Everybody shut up. Everybody sit down and then tell me what's happening. And I was like, I love how Maxie has become like the voice of reason when she used to be so wacky and out there. And she still is. And she demanded that Cody apologize to Spinelli. She's like, what the hell was that the other night? You owe Spinelli an apology. And she basically thumps him a little bit. And he's like, I do. I will.
Yeah, he better apologize. That was messed up.
Yeah. Cody, angry Cody is another one who just like takes his anger out on everyone around him. And he feels so mad that Sasha's life is going in a different direction than his that he's lashing out at everybody.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I like Cody now. I think they worked really hard to make him likable. And now like the backside is irritating.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll wrap up this edition of Queers and Soaps. This is our GH coverage this week. Please join us on Patreon. We have a clip of the week to watch, and we'll discuss some speculation. So the nominees this week we have 4 nominees.
4?
Yeah. Valentine chokes Brennan during his massage. Alexis finds out Sam was murdered. Tracy and Martin face off at the salon.
So funny.
And Cody finds out that Sasha is pregnant. So please join us and find out who won. All right, we will wrap up this edition, and we will see you next time.